Hi there, my name's Tim Johnson. Do you truly remember your withdrawal from alcohol or opiates or whatever drug you were on? Do you truly remember it? Do you truly remember the pain and the suffering that you went through and the hard work that you went through to eventually get that crap and shit out of your body? Because as I've got into recovery, it tends to become a bit of a hazy memory, and you forget about that pain and hard work that you put in those early days. And what this video is about is reminding you to remember that, and to remember that pain that you went through. It's brought home to me very recently by someone who I care about a lot and I've been following a long time, who's currently suffering after being clean a long time from an opiate withdrawal. Do you remember, particularly, with alcohol, for instance, do you remember the burning hot sweats? Do you remember the shaking that you couldn't pick up a glass, the vomiting? Do you remember the smell and the stench from your body? You could never feel clean. Do you remember the aches and pains? Do you remember the little black spots that were darting around the room, the visions that you were seeing, the nightmare dreams? Do you remember the insomnia that you suffered for weeks and weeks on end, till it almost drove you to pull your hair out almost and scream with frustration? From opiates, do you remember, on top of all those things I've just mentioned from the alcohol, do you remember the restless legs, that feeling, all your body twitching all over, the bone ache, the terrible pains in your bones, and the sweats, and the feeling that you were either hot nor cold, but the sweat was still pouring off you, the shuddering and shaking, the feeling of a black depression from both those withdrawals that hung over you like a dark cloud, that little voice in your head telling you, yeah, it's easy, you could just walk down the road and all this pain would stop, and yet you fought it, yet you fought that desire, and you beat the shit out of this, and you got all that rubbish out of your body, and all the myriad of other symptoms that withdrawal brings on from both those things. And you got it, you did it, you beat it, and you got it out of your body. Your body started to heal itself. From the moment you stop taking that shit, your body starts to heal, and the homeostasis tends to happen in your body, the balance again, your brain balances, and it takes time. It takes weeks and months for everything to get back to normal again. That's totally normal. But you need to remember that, and you need to remember that the fight that you put in, the battle, and the war that you won against this, because, like I say, it's easy to forget, and sometimes during our recoveries, our emotions get the better of us, and whether it be toxic relationships, or whether it be past resentments that we haven't dealt with, or whether it be general life, maybe you've lost your job, maybe you've got no money, maybe the kids are driving you mad, maybe your partner's left you, maybe you've had a death in the family, God forbid, all these horrible things. Sometimes your emotions will take you to places where you feel like you need to escape again, and you need to use some sort of prop and some sort of false way to hide your emotion, which will be either going back to your drugs and alcohol. Before you do that, stop, think, take a breath, walk away, try to handle it, because it'll take you back to that withdrawal. It'll take you back to those dark places. And believe you me, when you go back again, it's 10 times worse and 10 times harder to stop than it was the last time. It always is, because it escalates on a greater scale. It's almost a sickness that grows inside of you if you go back, and you'll find it's 10 times worse and 10 times harder to stop. So before you let your emotions get on top of you, before you let someone else hold you prisoner by you seeking their approval if they've judged you, if you're angry, take a breath, a deep breath. If you're suffering, then it's far better to handle that suffering in a sober way, and a way that your presence, you can be of far more assistance to your loved ones and to yourself, and far more use to everyone and everything around you when your mind and body is straight, without that shit inside of you. And bear that in mind, and it takes a hell of a lot of strength, of course it does, and it's not easy, but you get stronger, Today's pain is tomorrow's strength. The pain you feel today will grow into the strength you have tomorrow. There's no doubt about it. The longer you're in sobriety, the longer you learn to deal with these emotions. Practice, practice, practice. Hold yourself in check. Meditate. Think about what you're doing before you do it. It's not easy, no, but please, please give it a go. Please think back to those dark days. Don't go back into addiction. Don't go and have to go through all that again that you went through last time and all that pain. And if you want any help to get through withdrawal, or if you're currently in it, or if you're suffering, look back at my other videos. There's videos there about how to get through alcohol and opiate withdrawal in the best, easiest and safest ways, and how to get through early recovery in the way I've done it anyway. I'll share it that way. Maybe it won't suit everyone, but you may be able to pluck things out of it that will really help you. Please have a look. Please subscribe if you like this, or press the like button because it'll help other people see them. Inspire those around you. Help those around you that need it. If you see people suffering, please, please help them. Help them wherever you can, because it is people sometimes need that support, particularly early on. Much love to you all. Don't forget, today's the day to seize the day. Carpe Diem. Thank you. Bye-bye.